Welcome back, and in this video we're gonna continue and build hopefully the remaining stuff of the logic to make the transition back and forth work. So in the event tick that we built in the first of this setup here, first video of this setup, we're gonna introduce a branch here, because this is the part where we want to switch back, or basically want to, well, figure out if we need to go, let's see, go out of a physics state and into a attached to state. And that needs to happen kind of fluidly, otherwise it's going to snap to the position. So we're going to use something which we're going to call a location alpha, because we're going to use a lerp in a moment. So we're going to make this variable here. Going to be a float, and this location alpha is, we're going to make, actually we're going to add we're going to have to add another branch here as well, I just realized. So we want to make sure that this is greater than greater than 1, because as long as it is greater than 1, then we still want to go into this part here. But if it's less than 1, and we're going to reset this to 0 at some point, then we want to decrease it, or increase it. So it's going to be more clear in a moment why I do this. So we're going to add something to this, plus a get, well, delta seconds. So this is going to take, well, I suppose 1 second to get back to its attached to state. So I'm going to speed this up so it doesn't take that long, otherwise it's going to be wobbly for quite a long time. So I'm going to make it 10 times faster, like that. And what we're going to do is to get the location where the static component, the box, is right now. Get the world transform. I think I need to move this down a little bit. And then we're going to do a lerp here. And the alpha is going to be our alpha that we just introduced here. And the location is going to be the world pickup transform. So remember from last time we made this very handy macro here, which will transform it back again. Well, I have a little g here. Can I change that? Oh, there we go. It's going to go to this, and we want to set the static mesh component location and rotation to be whatever comes out of this lerp here. Like that. So if we expand this a little bit, we will see something interesting here. We can actually use quaternion interp, Euler, or dual quaternion interp. So for this, since we wanted to snap back in the most or direct fashion, we want to use a quaternion interp. This is very handy. So per default, I think it is actually this one, but anyway, just wanted to make sure that it is. And then we need to reset this this alpha here. So whenever we switch grab physics handle, here we want to make sure that we reset it to 0. Like this. And grab attached to, I believe. It could be this one, maybe. I seem to remember I had this somewhere else. Is it grab mixed mode, maybe? Yeah. When we grab it in mixed mode, we also need to make sure. Hang on a sec. Oh wait, this needs to go. What? Once we drop. You'll have to excuse me, I'm trying to figure out what I did here. 1 second. Well, I think this is correct. Okay, so we have one last detail to take care of before we can do the first tests and see if I missed, how much I missed. And we're gonna need a little bit more space here because we have one component that we didn't make use of yet, and that is the get time in seconds here. And actually we also need to do a little thing down here. Let's talk about that first, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we need to only set this if this overlapping actor, because this one doesn't know anything about what we wanted to ignore, but we have an array of actors that we want to ignore. So actually what we're going to do is to create a little function for this. So we're going to call this is valid hit, and I'm going to create a local variable of type bool and call this hit valid. So we're going to set this to true to begin with, and then we're going to access this array here, and then we're going to do it for each on this. And let's do a branch here, and then compare. This is equal to, and actually we need this actor. An actor reference. So if this is equal to true, then this is a non-valid overlap. And we're going to set this to false. And at the end, we're going to return the value of hit valid. Here. So let's put it to use here. Let's hit valid. Let's call it here. Give it other actor here. And only if, why does it say hit valid 1? Let me just check something. Did I need to compile, that is why. Let's hit valid. That sounds better. Oh, well, it's the same name. Sorry about that. Just needed to change that. Okay, so let's try it again. Other actor, valid, do a branch here, and only if this is a valid hit where we collide with, we want to set the hit time. So let's see, do we have the hit time in here yet? No, we don't. So we want to add in a branch here in between the location stuff that we just made, location alpha. And the reason why we need this is because when we switch back and forth, there needs to be a small delay, otherwise it's gonna kind of jump back and forth like crazy and basically look really weird. So get game time in seconds. When I subtract that from the hit time, and only if this is less than, let's see, yeah, well, let's do it like this. Yeah, looks better this way. So 0.1. And you can experiment with different values here, but I'm giving it a difference of 0.1 to kind of wait before it does a switch. Okay, so I think we are about ready to test. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a few more, actually no, I'm going to pause the video here and get back to you in the next, and do a proper testing session with this. So I'm pretty sure there's quite a few issues that I forgot to handle, or maybe some mistakes I made along the way. So let me get back to you in the next video. Until then.